So it's not super loud, but oh well, is what it is. And start streaming, and we're live. We'll be. What is going on, guys and gals? Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. I got my buddy Brad over today, who some of you guys may have seen. I've done a few videos on his tank. He's the one with the Focustronic lights on, so lots of you guys have seen his tank. He usually hides in the background, but finally got him out today. So hey to Mr. Brad. So from the chat, we got Maestro, Johan, and DC Reefer. What is going on, guys? How are you guys all doing today? Just getting started. What's going on there, SC Reefer? Just so you guys know, SC Reefer, we're going to be doing his giveaway later today. So stay tuned. We'll do that in a little bit with the good old Wheel of Death that everybody seems to love. And so yeah, hopefully this is sounding good for audio-wise and stuff. I just got a new computer, barely set it up like seconds ago. So how are you guys doing? What's going on, Metals Reef Tank? What's going on, Nate?
I'm
good. We are doing awesome today. What's going on, JD?
How's it going?
What's going on, Claudius Reef, Noah's Nano Reef? Hey. All right, guys. So today is Brad's special guest. Don't quite have a topic yet, so whatever you guys want to talk about. A couple things. I know a bunch of people have asked me stuff about the Focustronic lights and how they're going, so just want to know how you're liking them so far. You've had them on your tank for a few months now.
You know what? I think they're great. I had ATI T5s before, and these LEDs, I kind of thought maybe I'd lose some color, or maybe the growth wouldn't be as great. But you know, they've performed amazingly. The colors stayed the same. I've got good growth, and some of my SPS have actually grown better under these LEDs, which was surprising for me.
Oh, that's awesome. No, that's really wicked to hear. I was really curious to see the difference of T5 to LED, so it's kind of awesome to hear that SPS, everything's been happy underneath it.
Yeah, everything's been great.
Quick question in the comments. Awkward Fish, you're moving to Vancouver in October. Do you have any local fish store suggestions? Top one that I generally go to when I'm in Vancouver is J&L Aquatics. They're probably my favorite down there. There's a few others like Aquariums West in North Van. There is, what's another good ones? There used to be Oceanic, they shut down. Other J&L. Yeah, okay, so J&L is probably the top one that both of us visit. How can you lower magnesium? I don't know if there's an easy way to do it. I mean, you could do water changes with the lower magnesium salt. Is probably one of the easiest ways to do it. Aside from that, just don't dose it for a little while and let it lower itself naturally. What's your magnesium at right now there, Claudius Reefer? Generally, inverts won't like super high magnesium, but aside from that, I mean, it's not a huge deal unless it's crazy high. What's going on there, Reefs? Welcome. You finally made it to one. You have. And I have a special guest today. By the way, Mr. Richard, I'm going to have you on a live stream soon, so that's awesome. Finally caught a live one. What's going on, Reef Cloud? Welcome. How do you get rid of dinos? I've never dealt with dinos. Have you?
Yeah, actually on dosing hydrogen peroxide daily helped get rid of them. A couple water changes, I sucked out what I could, but I dosed 1 ml per 10 gallons every day, and it seemed to help it.
Did you spot treat, or did you just dose it directly into the tank?
Just dosed it into the return chamber of my sump.
There you go. If you have an extra head on your doser, try hydrogen peroxide. I've only used it for spot treating, but that's worked out really well for me. So you have an elk. My KH is at 12. How can I lower my KH? Okay, so alkalinated 12 is perfectly fine. Lots of people keep it there. You will, in theory, have higher coral growth with it. You just want to make sure it doesn't go too much higher, or else you could potentially get like an elk burn on your corals. So generally, what I'd recommend, if you want to let it lower it, honestly, you could do water change with lower elk salt, or just let your tank, don't dose anymore and let it drop naturally. Then when it's at the level you want, then just start dosing again at a lower amount. Any bubble algae help? You actually have a really good, interesting thing on it. So Brad did this crazy experiment. So he, used... Go for it.
So I had bubble algae on a huge rock in my tank. If you look at any of Devin's videos, it's the one that has all my zoas on it, and it was covered in bubble algae. The way I got rid of it is I introduced cyanobacteria into my sump, and cyano and bubble algae, any algae for that matter, they thrive on phosphates and nitrates. But cyano will actually use up phosphates and nitrates faster than bubble algae. So the cyano, being in my sump, I just let it grow. I got a Devon's old 90-watt Nova LED light,
Never grow.
and I let it grow just crazy in my sump. Like, it was over everything. It was probably, you know, a 1/4 inch to 3/8 thick over everything. I let it grow for probably 3 weeks, and the bubble algae started to turn color. It turned kind of pale white, and then it just started to die off. And I let the cyano keep growing for another week to 10 days. I looked in between my rocks. I had no more bubble algae, and then I just used a quick chemi-clean treatment, and everything was gone. Back to clean sump and no more bubble algae.
So that to me is pretty crazy. I would never think to use cyano to kill bubble algae, but I was really amazed to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're brave, it might be something worth trying. I'm still super amazed. So for dino, just dosed hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, I just did hydrogen peroxide 1 ml per 10 gallons,
Yep.
and then just a quick water change and suck out what you can,
Mhm.
and it'll go away.
Okay. Now, people in the comments saying emerald crab, those are great for preventative. They'll help control it. If you already have bubble algae in your tank, they'll, you know, the little bits, they'll kind of eat it and help it from. Now, the only thing questionable part is though, is if they pop the bubble, is it gonna spores? Is it gonna spread around the tank? So on that one, you know, it may be like an ongoing, never-ending process for the emerald crab. I mean, I still have some in my tank. It's not on any of the main areas you see, but it is still hiding a few of the cracks here and there. So what would you recommend in a 10-gallon nano? So just 1 ml a day hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, a ml a day, and really just a water change. You should be able to suck out most.
Yeah. So Nico's asking, how do I like the Radion diffusers? Is it worth it? I love them. So if I didn't have them, I was perfectly happy with my lights. I love them. No complaints. Now, having them, I wouldn't take them off. So the biggest two things. So one, you get really awesome color blending. Like before, the area I noticed the most, when you see the edge of a rock in a shadow with different color LEDs, sometimes you'll get different like kind of like chromatic aberration or little color differences in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest thing I noticed. Now with the diffusers, it makes really even color blending. So actually in the background right now, if you can see it, I'm just going to shrink us for a sec. This is actually a video I took earlier, but it's in slow motion, and I just let it play in the background. So you can kind of see, the other big thing is if you look at the shimmer, it's very subtle concurrent flowing shimmer rather than like the tons of micro shimmers that you can get from LEDs. So those are the two biggest things I noticed from the diffuser. So you get better color blending, and I prefer the shimmer with the diffusers. So I think it's worth it. If I didn't have it on the tank, I'd be just as happy, but having it on the tank, I don't want to take it off. I took it off just to see how I like it, and I put it back. I'm like, oh, okay, I want it back.
I like the less shadowing too.
Yeah.
You know, your tank's definitely a lot brighter and more full coverage, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so less shadowing is another big one. It does give you, a lot of people, the best way I can describe it is it's a blend of T5 and LEDs. It's something in the middle, right? Because LEDs, you get very high contrast, very directional. When you put the diffuser, it makes it more T5-ish. And it's going to give you kind of something in the middle where I'd say you get better light spread, better coverage, but you still have some of that contrast, right? So it's kind of a blend of the two. Small, nothing major tanks, tired of emerald crabs. Okay. So how do you get rid of hair algae on the sand bed? I see some popping up on my rocks. Okay, so first things first, if you don't take care of the nutrients that's causing the hair algae, it's going to come back. So you can do whatever you want to try and get rid of it. It will likely come back. So first of all, check your nitrates and your phosphates. If any of them are crazy, try and tone them down. Ideally, use a refugium or something natural to help lower them naturally. Mm-hmm. And once you get them down, then you can remove it. But the biggest thing is if it's on your sand bed, literally just suck out your sand with it. Just write it off. When you're doing a water change, just suck it out. That's the big thing I do. If it's on your rocks and stuff, pull out manually what you can. And for the rest of it, spot treat it with hydrogen peroxide. Same ratio as before, 1 ml per 10 gallons. Use that, so 100 gallons, 10 ml a day type of thing. But just spot treat it. Now, I've also seen people be successful by, it's all over your rocks, they've taken out a rock. And like every week, you take out one rock and douse it and splash in hydrogen peroxide, which will kill the hair algae. But it's also going to kill your good bacteria, right? So you only want to do, like, say, maybe like one rock a week so you slowly ease your tank into it. And that's been one of the biggest things. Do I ever think of using hybrid lighting? If I had a canopy, I would probably throw in a T5 bulb on each side. But because my tank's open and I can see my lights, I like the sleek look of it. Thoughts on pom-pom crabs, aka boxer crabs. Love them. I have one in my nano somewhere. Super cool crabs. They always crack me up. One thing that made me laugh is I had one in there before, and then the fish comes in and swims. He puts little things up. He's like, bring them up, put them at him. Yeah, they've always cracked me up. I like little emerald crabs.
Yeah, they got great personality if you're looking for something in a small tank. Mm-hmm. If you've got a big tank, you may not see them all the time, which is, you know, kind of disappointing when you put something new in.
Yeah. So in a nano, you see it lots. In a big tank, it was questionable. Bubba, how was Cali? Cali was awesome. Sorry we didn't get to meet up. I know it was a bit of a crazy schedule between the two of us, but it was like go, 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 go. But yeah, it was a really fun trip. Got to spend a day at Disney, go check out all the offices, and a day at Universal, which was amazing. Tried every ride I could. I tried to hit everything. And then a full day at Disneyland, and then the next day was at California Adventure Park, and same thing, hit all the rides, basically everything but the little kiddie rides. So awesome trip. I've been completely dead now because I barely slept the last like 4 or 5 days, but it was worth it. So always appreciate, man. Did I miss the Wheel of Death? No, you didn't. We're gonna do that in probably 20 minutes or so. Figured have a little reef chat first, then we'll do the Wheel of Death. Supporting Mr. Wang. Supporting you for a long time, Mr. Wang. Always appreciate it, buddy. Ashan Abuda. I'm probably saying your name wrong. I apologize, but always much appreciated. Who's your bro dev? This is Brad. This is my buddy who I threw the Focustronic lights on his tank. So you've seen his tank. This is the first time you've seen him. This is a very exclusive appearance of Brad because he's normally hiding. But yeah, he has a gorgeous tank. You guys have all seen my Focustronic videos, and that's all on his tank. So if you have any questions about his tank, now's the time to ask. He was over today to help him some stuff, so I dragged him to the live stream. So he's a fellow longtime reefer. What's going on, Ryan Gill, Fanatics, Bubba, Reef Community Worldwide, what's going on? I'll drop a Hangouts link as well if any of you guys want to jump in with us. I may have to do the whole redirect bit.ly copy link. What's going on, Bob's Reef Tank? Copy link address. Let me just bit.ly that for you guys. Always appreciate if you guys enjoying it, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to come talk live, feel free to join the Hangout. And shorten. Alright, so hopefully that link works. Yeah, the powder blue is huge. He's honestly getting a little big, so questionable. 1 point I'm going to have to rehome him, but he's a good size.
How's it going, Billy?
Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Billy Pipes? So there's the Hangout link. If it doesn't work, let me know. But if you guys want to join the live chat or live voice chat, hop on. But yeah, the powder blue is by far the biggest fish in my tank. Followed by that, it'd probably be the hippo tang. What's going on, Ravencaw? I called you out my last video last week. Oh, thanks, Billy. I have not watched any YouTube videos in the past week, so I'll go check it out later. I was out of town, so I gotta catch up on my YouTube. Work in the morning. Paul, work's overrated. It's only, what, midnight there right now? You got plenty of time. Got the nice Disneyland coffee mugs. Got my Goofy. Alright, so SC Reefer, those of you guys don't know, SC Reefer is hitting 500 subscribers, so we're going to do the Wheel of Death and run his contest for him a little bit here. So hopefully whoever entered is on and can actually check it out, and hopefully they're here to win, which is always extra fun. Fishy Snowman, how's it going today? So other couple interesting bits. Don't have it in the tank yet, it's in my sump, but picked up a nice chunk of Red Planet today, along with some pearlberry, some other greeny yellow macro, potentially one other. I don't really know what it is, but can't get in. Okay, let me try again. So try that link. If it doesn't work, I'm going to try copying it. Usually one of the many links work. There's another one to try. If that one doesn't work, here's one more. See if one of the many work. And copy. Paste. Alright. See if one of the three work. If it does, let me know which one. Thanks there, Fishy Snowman. Can't get in, so see if you can join that one, SC. Otherwise, the nano tank. So, what's going on, Reefer? So nano tank, I was away for my 5 or 6 days. All the tanks survived. Big tank's looking awesome. Small tank has a bit of algae on one of the rocks, so I might actually try doing some spot treating peroxide in that one. Kind of going off what we did earlier. It's a bit of a green fuzzy algae. I don't even know what it is, to be honest, but I'm going to try doing some spot treating with it and hopefully it goes. How's the new wave pump going in the Red Sea tank? Yo, Brad, messed up devs there.
If I touch his hair, he'll freak out.
It's okay. It's messy. Today was a crazy day. I literally got this computer working in like minutes before I went live. Okay, so how's the wave pump going? So the wave pump is actually surprising. I really do like it. Considering it's called a nano pump, I mean, the profile is pretty big, like the circumference of it. So the depth of it is fairly small. Like the whole pump is slightly shorter than my MP40, how much goes into the tank. That's motor, everything, and is all inside of the tank. So in that aspect of it, that's pretty cool. I definitely do appreciate that one. So it's low profile. Quiet wise, I've had a lot of people in the comments ask me how loud is it, how quiet is it. It's pretty quiet. There's a very slight noise that I can hear from it. Running right now, I think it's at 50%. Brad didn't even know it was on at first. Yeah, to me, I could hear it, but I think I'm extra sensitive to noise. It drives me nuts.
If you guys know anything about Devin's tank, you know it's dead silent, and you know what? He turned that new pump on, and I didn't even think it was on. I think for the normal person, you're not going to notice it. Devin hears absolutely everything. He hears his neighbors talk when they're not even home. He's that susceptible to noise. It's crazy.
Okay, not quite that bad. Okay, so all right, so we're going at silent off what Brad's saying. To me, I can hear a little bit. However, it's only been running for a day or two. I unplugged it when I went away just because I didn't want anything messing with it when I was literally home. I filmed it that day, edited the video the morning before I left. So I've literally only played with it for a day. So once it gets it fully broke in a slime coat, I think it's going to do really well. Paul's entered. What do you guys recommend for a slight die-off on one of your acros? Would you frag it off the dead parts or let the skin grow over it? If it's still dying, like STN or RTN, then I would frag it at least a quarter inch above where it's dying and just reglue it. If you do that, you'll save it. If it's just a bit of die-off and there's no other issues, you can just leave it alone. But only if it's still progressing and getting worse. That's the point where I'd frag it. Now, some of the corals that in my tank about a month ago, I had a few that are STNing. All the ones I fragged are doing perfectly fine. And even that big tricolor acro one on the front of the arch is starting to grow back over itself now. And I bet you in a month from now, you won't even know I fragged it. It's starting to encrusting over the epoxy on both sides back together. So that's doing really well. So kind of depends where it's at.
If you don't want to frag it and it's still in a plug and you can pull it out, you can pull it out and you can just put some glue right where the tissue is starting to recede. And it'll actually grow back onto the glue and grow back onto its old skeleton as well.
So super glue, if you can get it out. If you're trying to glue in the water, that's really messy and it doesn't really work as well. I tried it, didn't happen, but all my stuff was encrusted and there was an easy way to get to it. But yeah, definitely super glue the edge of the skin and it'll help stop it from receding. So great tip. You can try that later? Sure. Yeah. All right, Billy, sounds good. So yeah, I'm definitely, actually, peroxide. I might put that on my 4th dosing head.
Yeah.
Until that algae dies.
So another thing about hydrogen peroxide is when it gets into your water, it basically just breaks down into an extra oxygen molecule. And one cool thing, like you do, what's the thing you added for?
Which one?
The little unit you added for.
Ozone.
Yeah, so ozone. So it has a similar effect to ozone as it adds extra oxygen to the tank. And on every tank I've ever dosed it to, you get great clarity of your water. It clears it up like amazingly. And if you dose 1 mil per 10 gallons, whether you have algae or not, I mean, the clarity of your water is going to go up substantially. And if you don't have a skimmer that can actually take ozone, it's a great way to add oxygen into your tank as well.
No, excellent. Yeah, I'm trying a different little shotgun mic today, so it may be questionable on the audio, especially with 2 of us in here. So brand new setup. I didn't have a chance to get the mixer set up to boost the audio, so hopefully it's enough for you guys to hear. So Brad was saying, again, with the peroxide, is crazy volume, crazy water clarity is getting out of mixing the two. And yeah, for next week, I'll definitely make sure to get the mixer going so I can actually boost up the audio levels. Because we're trying a new microphone today. It is. So in the chat, Billy, Alright guys, so we have Mr. SC Reefer. Now you added a couple things. I think we had 47 people in your draw. I have all the settings at full, still struggling to hear. Alright guys, so we'll try talking a bit lower. Apologize about that. Brand new computer today, literally set up 10 minutes before this live stream, so. Okay, so let's do Mr. SC Reefer's draw, and we'll see what goes on. So we have the good old Wheel of Death that everybody loves. And see if we can resize that a bit. So for SC Reefer, so 500, so SC's in the chat. Link is still not working. SC, what's your email address? I'm going to see if I can invite you manually to it, because it'd be fun to have you on since it's your giveaway. Give me 1 sec and I'll see if I can add you into it. So I'm going to send you an invite via... Probably show up in your email, so let's see if that works. Congrats on the new computer. Thank you, Ryan. It was... The old one died, which was very sad. Because every time I tried to edit a video, it would literally blue screen on me. And the other one wouldn't boot up, and I was literally just going crazy trying to deal with it. Hey, SC, what's going on? What is this for? SC, you're on. So what are you giving away for your 500 subscriber giveaway? Alright, I can hear you, but I think you're muted. Oh, there you go. Hey, SC, how's it going? Maybe. Okay, 1 second. Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me, SC Reefer? Yep, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. All right, so since you're on now for your giveaway, what are you giving away? What's your prize? We're getting asked in the chat, so I'm going to let you take it away since it's essentially your giveaway.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a Innovative Marine 10-gallon all-in-one, comes with a skylight. That's what I'll be giving away.
Excellent, excellent. Now, give me 1 second. I don't think my audio from the desktop is piping out, so give me 1 sec. Okay, say something for a sec.
Can you hear me?
Yep, okay, give me 1 more sec. In the chat, let me know if you can hear SC Reefer. Yeah, I don't think you can, so give me 1 sec here.
Turn him out.
Yeah, I know it's mine. It's a new computer, and first time I have a live stream on it, so not everything's set up to how it was previously. So give me 2 seconds. Desktop audio. Okay, there he goes. All right, so you should be able to hear it now. So SC, can you hear it now?
I hear you fine.
All right, perfect. Okay, so 500 subscriber giveaway, and you're giving away Innovative Marine 10-gallon tank.
All-in-one 10-gallon with the sky LED, right? Correct.
They're still asking everybody.
All right, excellent. That's a pretty sweet prize, and so far I believe you had about 27, 28 in the contest. I just want to make sure I got everybody in there, if you can still see my screen.
Let me just check here.
Okay, perfect. I'll see if I can pull up the list for you. Okay, so I got TN Salty Nano. Okay, here we go. Bug X Report, Ash, Sam, Noah's Nano Reef, JJ Aquarium, Reckless Reefer, Joseph, Coral Hygiene, TN Salty, Nano Saltwater Reef, Nano Dad, Albert, Rad Prez, Aqua, Sandthrift, Josh Snell, Fisherman Reefer, Raphael, Kelly's Reef, Reef Real Estate, Denon 26, Chicklid Guru, NYE, Amateur Reefer, EDC Aquariums, Eric's Marine, CMC, Laminar Flow, and Freshwater Tank Kids.
And that's it. Looks good.
Perfect. All right, SC, are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right, so first spin on the Wheel of Death. End. Ooh. Ooh, that was loud. Amateur Reefer is out. Sorry, the Amateur Reefer. What's going on, Mr. CJ in the chat? All right, next spin. Dun. And Kelly's Reef. All right, Kelly's Reef. Sorry there, Kelly. There goes Sam. All right, sorry, Sam. Now, I don't know if how many people are entering actually in the chat, but hopefully when we get down, they're in here. All right, there goes CMC. All right, so any bets on who's going to win? Sorry there, Mr. Albert. Valiant effort. It's a pretty good sized list there, SC Reefer. What's going on, Mad Dogs?
Not bad.
Not bad at all. So how's your big reef doing?
It's doing well.
Yeah?
It's doing really well.
Excellent. Oh, sorry, SMC. Sorry there, Nano Dad. Alright, so still got a lot of you still in the running. A few of you I'm seeing in the chat, which is awesome. My bet is Freshman Reefer, Nano Dad. Dun 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 dun. Aquatic spendthrift. Sorry, they're aquatic. I realize it's very Canadian. I'm like, sorry, every person that gets eliminated. Value and effort. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? And. Oh, JJ's Aquariums. Sorry there, JJ. Crossing your fingers. Yep, good call. So far, so good. and. Chiclet Guru NYC. Sorry there, Chiclet Guru. Alright, ready for the next one? And Nano Saltwater Reefer. Sorry, Nano. No second Nano for you. I apologize. Blame SC Reefer. It's his wheel. Alright. And TN Salty. Sorry there, TN. Alright. I can actually read all the names on one circle now. Dun dun dun. I should have got the ominous music for the background to up the suspense level. Eric's Marine. Sorry, Eric. Whew. Alright, ready for the next one? Dun dun dun. Reef Real Estate. Farewell, good sir. Farewell. What's going on, T-Bomb? What's going on, John Bruce? Raphael Galaraz. Sorry there, Raphael. Pittsford Pets, if I get it right, then can I add a tank too? That's up to SC. I think he's only got one to give away this round. Maybe when he hits 1K. Maybe there'll be some more tanks, who knows. Oh, Joseph. Sorry, Joseph. SC, I do say this is a pretty sweet giveaway for your 500 sub contest. It's a pretty awesome little 10-gallon tank too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I've had 3 different innovative marine tanks, and they're all like, they're pretty gorgeous tanks. I love them all. So, the lucky person whoever wins this one.
Oh yeah.
Yep. T-Bomb, you're too late. You had to enter SC's contest to get your name on this one. Oh, Denon. Sorry, Denon. What's going on, Nasty Nemo? Laminar Flow, good luck all. Yep, good luck, guys. You're still in there. Fingers crossed. Freshman Reefer. Sorry, freshman. How do we enter? It's too late to enter now, but SC Reefer had a contest for entering this one. And I'm doing this giveaway for him. Just because everyone loves the Wheel of Death. What's going on, Ricky Reaver? Oh, Noah's Nano Reef.
We're down to 10 names.
Now we're at, what are we? 4,
9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 names left. Dun dun dun. Oh, good. And. Rad Perez. Sorry, Rad Perez. Down to 10. Hey, you're still in there, Laminar Flow. Fingers crossed. Alright, what's going on, Salty Shack TV? Dun 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 dun. Ash. Sorry, Ash. Alright, guys. The Snell is gonna win. You think so, eh? Who's the Snell? There's
Josh
no Snell.
Snell.
Oh, Snell, Josh. Is that you? No, Pittsburgh Pets. And. Oh! Oh! EDC Aquariums. Laminar Flow, you literally just snuck in there. That was a nice spin there, buddy.
Down to 6.
Woo! Down to 6. And then there was 6. Dun dun dun. Ready for it? Okay. I think we lost SC Reefer in the chat, or the video call. Hopefully rejoins. Angry Clown. Still filling the update. I'm assuming it's filming. Freshwater tanks for kids. That was a last minute entry too. Woo! Laminar flow. Is your heart beating yet? Getting excited. Coral hygiene. Last 5. What's going on, Chris's Fish Room? All right, guys, let's do this. Woo. Bug X report. It's right there. Bye there, Buggy. What's the prize? The prize is SC Reefer is giving away an Innovative Marine 10-gallon nano tank with a light and everything, so it's extra sweet. Okay, 4 left. Dun dun dun. Oh, coral hygiene. Woo.
Last 3.
All right, we got Josh Snell, Reckless Reefer, and Laminar Flow. I know Laminar's in the chat. Is Josh or Reckless in here? I have to look. And Josh? No Josh. Do we have Reckless? We do have Reckless Reefer. So we got Reckless Reefer and Laminar Flow. So 2 out of 3 of you are in here. I call dibs on that tank. Alright, you guys probably want me to push the button. Alright. Boom! Sweet prize. Oh, Laminar Flow. Sorry, buddy. I was rooting for you. Okay. Josh and Reckless Reefer left. Woo! Last one. Who's it gonna be? Oh. Oh, Reckless Reefer. So the winner is Josh Snell. Somebody totally called that too. So congratulations, Josh. So probably want to get in touch with Mr. SC Reefer, or he'll get in touch with you. But congratulations, because you just won a pretty sweet Innovative Marine 10-gallon tank. That's pretty awesome. Sadly, I think we lost SC Reefer from the call. He's probably still in the YouTube chat. We'll see if he rejoins us in a few. But yeah, congratulations. That's pretty awesome. So that is one sweet prize. Yep. Wow. Right. Yeah, pretty intense. You did totally call it though, so nicely done on that one. Right. SC, welcome back. Hopefully you're watching. I saw you got kicked off, but Josh Snell was the winner of it. Does that mean I get the tank? You gotta bribe Josh Snell if you want the tank. So no close. Congratulations to the winner. Yeah, Reckless Reefer, you hung in there pretty darn close. Very valiant effort. Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. Nicely done, Josh. Nicely done. Ravenclaw, congrats. Awesome, congrats. So guys, pretty sweet. If anyone else has any contests come up, let me know. I always like doing these giveaways. They are a lot of fun, and I like the suspense. Gets the hearts beating. I'm thinking I might do a giveaway. I don't know for what, but I'm probably going to do my... if Deb doesn't enter my giveaway, I'm going to be mad. Billy, I have not seen it. I will watch your video later. You said you gave me a shout out too, okay? So I'll check it out.
What's your giveaway?
Yeah, what's the giveaway? Tell us more. Maybe Rat will enter too. Yeah, no, I'll definitely check it out later. I've been out of the country and off of the YouTube for the past week. Trade my aqua. Already trying to get purchase prizes. Throwing in some Xenia. Woo, big prize. No problem, SC. So, I don't know what yet, but I think I'm going to do a contest soon to give away one of my dosing bottle holders. So the one that I made, I've had a ton of people ask me for one. A ton of people want me to sell them one or make them one. But I think what I'm going to do is make a kit. I'm going to 3D print the top rack. And probably do a kit that has the bulkheads, the acrylic tubing, everything but the glass bottles. So all you gotta do is buy your own bottles, just I want to deal with the weight of shipping and potentially them breaking in the mail. So I might do that for a giveaway soon. So we'll keep an eye out for that one. I haven't decided for what, but I think...
Are you gonna make them big size ones or nano size?
I can either do 3 big or 4 small. Those are the options. So it depends. Could go either way. Maybe I'll do 2 and have an option.
If it's in your nano challenge, I'd say do the small, but if it's for general reefing, I'd say the big ones.
Mm-hmm. Billy Pipes 330 Amazon or PRS gift card. That is a sweet prize, Billy. Nicely done. I will check that out. And as long as us Canadians can enter, then maybe I will. Brad will enter too.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to enter for that.
Yep. That sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, definitely hit that thumbs up. Definitely loving it. So since I have Brad here, if you have any other questions on his tank, let me know. Do you have the STL for the holder? I think I overwrit the big one holder, but I probably have the STL for the small one. That being said, yeah, you did, Josh. Hey, hey, hey! Somebody joined a little late. Welcome and congratulations. Woohoo! I might have to remake it, given the fact that my computer died. It's whether or not I can recover the STL or I have to rebuild it. So that's the questionable part, which I still got to figure out. So I'll work on that soon. It's on my to-do list. So once I figure out the contest, I'll probably just rebuild the model in both the smaller and the larger size Voss containers. Yep. So yeah, just contact SC Reefer. Probably YouTube direct message. Either one should work. He can confirm, but either one I think you should be good to go. Alright guys, I think sadly I might keep it fairly short today for the live stream. If anyone else has any questions, let me know, but otherwise today's just going to be a quick one as I still got lots of stuff to get done. I've literally just got back in town my first day and still tons going on. Billy, I'm going to have a competition for Just the Aussie soon. Ho ho ho, looky, that's nice of you. Pits and Pets, I just looked at my quarantine tank and my coal tank is covered in dead skin and bumps. That is, I'm not sure on the dead skin. John Snell, what's your email? Dead skin and bumps. I don't know. Have you ever seen that on a fish?
I don't know what kind of bumps you talking about. Like, are they white? Are they black? Like dead scales?
Yeah, there is. There's white spot, which is fairly common one, which might be okay. So SC Reefers, want to make sure you guys are in touch in the chat. So Josh, definitely send us an email to get in touch with each other. See you later, share. Can I have the tank behind you, please? Actually, I might sell it eventually when I do an upgrade. So it's possible. Although the contents are being moved to a new tank.
As for your question, Sean, the Refugium light's awesome. Over the next week or two, we'll probably do another video of my tank, and I'll show you guys how the Chaeto ball has actually evolved and how clean the top tank is due to that.
Yeah, what Brad was saying earlier too, it's just like literally like a solid super dense ball of Chaeto, and it's been growing crazy well.
Yeah, because it's actually rolling all the time, it's condensed into just a complete sphere. It actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like a tumbleweed in the water.
What's going on, Haley? Yeah, so next time I go over to Brad's place, I'll definitely do an update on his tank and how the Chaeto and the gyri and the sump and the big rolling ball's working out.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey Haley, so as a question, they're discolored white and black. So I don't know if there's some mix of white spot and black spot, but to be honest, I've never actually heard of seeing them both at the same time.
The white and black is what I had on my powder blue tang, and it died from that, and it actually ended up being your normal white spots, but then it had a black ick as well, and I didn't know how to treat it, and unfortunately my fish passed away.
Oh yikes, that's unfortunate. So he's still in quarantine, so you can treat him at least. That's one thing. Now there is, I think is it called Prazi or Prazisol? Someone knows in the chat. Pipe in on what it's called, but there is paparazzi. There is something for treating ick and black spot.
There is, yeah. It's copper based, I think.
Yeah, it is copper based. So you definitely want to make sure you do it in the old one. What did Brad do with his old fixture? That was your ATI.
I pretty much hid it at a buddy's house, and then he sold it.
That's nice of him. Yeah. Yeah. So it was 4 or 6 bulb.
Yeah, it was an 8 bulb ATI. It auto dimmed, auto ramped up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Comparing the T5, like I love T5, and I never thought I was gonna steer away from it. But the Focustronic LED, the fact that they move and give you light, even though it's not substantial, for them moving, you don't get like amazing growth underneath corals, but you don't get the die off you'd normally get. And my colors actually stayed, which surprised me, because generally when you go from T5 to LED, you always get those side-by-side comparisons from commercialized stores that are selling them, saying this is what it looks like under T5, this is what it looks like under LED. Mine are very, very similar. There's very, very subtle loss in color in some, and yet a lot of my SPS and some of my LPS have actually gained colors that I didn't have with T5. So I think it's more of a trade-off than anything.
Yeah, Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I know the first month it was a little lingering because they're adapting, I guess, with the first change. But then after that, it
The
seemed to
first
really
month,
perp up.
though, we also didn't par test, and I lost a couple of SPS that were up high, and I honestly thought it was just from the change to T5 to LED, but we had the lights at like 85%, and they were getting like 900 par, so they just died from that.
It's too much. So to the previous question, thank you, Billy and Salty Shack, and that's Prazapro is a word I was looking for. So if you can, try and pick up some of that and treat him with that. It is copper-based, and if he's in a quarantine tank, that's honestly your best hope of it. So maybe before you try and look into euthanasia or anything like that, which sounds like you're on the fence, maybe try treating that first, and he might make a comeback. You never know, but see if your LFS has that Prazapro, I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's worth a try, right? So what's going on, Reefing with O? And so again, I'll drop the Hangouts just in case anyone wants to do. I don't know if the link works, but we'll try it. SC Reefer had to manually invite, so if anyone does want to know, let me know and I can try inviting you in. Otherwise, I keep saying this every week, but I need to look into a different chat option. I bet that's mainly due to, I think, just the YouTube thing. So otherwise, any other changes in your tank?
No, I think things have been good. If there's any changes, we'll cover it on the next video. Any other growth or anything that is substantial.
No, excellent. One cool thing, you can't really see it in the video in this one, but in the background, all the chunks of corals that I fragged are actually encrusting back over themselves now. So I give it another month and I think it's all going to look pretty much as good as going to go. So Prazzi's a dewormer, not copper-based. Prazzi does, I believe that it's used for white spot though, or black spot. There may, Ryan, if you know of the other one. I've never had to deal with it personally, so I'm just going off what I'm hearing from other people. Okay, so SC Reefer here sent the email to Josh, so you guys should be good to go to work out your amazing Praz of the 10 gallon nano tank. Alright guys, so just before we sign out, any last questions in the chat? Apologize for the short one today, but I got lots I gotta get done, and it's company coming over and stuff tonight. So, white and black itch, copper safe, and test 2 ppm therapeutic dose. Yeah, so it is in what's going on, narcosis. So the fish in question is in a quarantine tank, I believe I read. So you should be safe to dose whatever you need to in that one. But yeah, just definitely follow the recommendations, whatever it is. Josh, that was a pretty sweet prize, so I give you congratulations on that one. I'm so hyped. I would be too. That is awesome, buddy. CK makes a copper-based treatment. Yes. Yeah, just honestly head down to whatever shop you have closest to you and just check it out and see what they have. It's worth trying to save the guy. I mean, they're beautiful fish, so. Oh, SC Reefer, $20 super chat. Thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you. You are most welcome. It's like we both won today, me and Josh. Yes. It's definitely appreciated, SC Reefer. Prazzi does not help itch. I use copper base and an API test kit. So that's coming from blue carbon reefing. Yeah, so copper seems to be what everyone goes towards. CCAM Capyramine is one of the safer copper meds out there, if there is such a thing. So if you are using copper medication, don't use it in a reef tank with corals. If you have any inverts or anything in there, take Brad out for a beer. Oh, thanks, Billy. You're awesome.
Oh, that's wicked.
I guess Brad gets a beer after this. Woohoo! So yeah, definitely if you're using Billy, thank you, buddy. And I will check out your video later tonight, I promise. What was I saying? Copper. Make sure you don't dose it in a tank full of corals, or if you have inverts or anything, because it will kill them. Definitely the inverts. Shrimp do not like the copper at all. Like, that is one of the things that'll take them out, and corals don't really either. So definitely don't do it in a display tank. By all means, have at her if you're doing it in your quarantine tank, and that's the best way to go. So Billy and SC Reefer, thank you both. So what Blue Carbon said, yeah, Prazzi doesn't help it, copper safe, and an API test kit. Yeah, there you go. So make sure you don't do it. So is Cupramine a bad idea? I've heard that it just kills the parasites no matter what, or at least the majority of it. Now, the other thing with that one I know you can also, I don't know about black itch, I've never dealt with that one, but I know with normal ick you can turn up the temperature and it'll speed up the life cycle and it will die off quicker. That's another kind of way to do it, but it sounds like your case is pretty bad, so I'd try the chemical treatment for that. Absolutely no inverts. Yeah, do not ever dose that in your display tank, or you'll be paying for it for a long time because it's really hard to get the copper out of your system once it's introduced. So it's something to definitely keep in mind. So what are you dosing in your tank right now? You have
just calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, and then I've got the Aqua Forest Energy and Micro E.
Okay, and you found that was working out pretty well for you?
Yeah, I know that they're doing really well for color.
Nice. So I'm curious. I'd be curious to see if there's a difference between that and like, because I'm using the coral colors on my tank, right? If there's a big difference between the different trace elements.
I think coral colors has more than what I'm dosing, because Micro E is basically just heavy metals, and then the energy is just something for polyp extension. I think it's just kind of liquid food.
So is it like an amino acid type of thing?
I don't think it's amino acids. It seems like it's like fats of some sort.
Okay. Ah, interesting. Good to know. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool. So since you started dosing, have you noticed a difference in the colors of your coral?
I noticed a lot of some of the zoas and pallies and things like that have really brightened up. The SPS pretty much stayed the same. Some of my LPS, I had a couple of acans that were just red, and now they've got yellows and oranges and things like that in them. I don't know if that's necessarily because of what I'm dosing or if it's the new light and it's just taking this long to adjust.
The one thing that I've noticed too, at least in mine, when I was accidentally overdosing the Red Sea coral colors, I've noticed certain colors were taking over other colors. So like my reds were outdoing oranges and greens, some of the other colors. Like on my, the biggest one I noticed was the rainbow acan, or the rainbow Monty, where it was mainly red. It was losing the greens and the yellows, just from excess of dosing whatever that mineral is. So if you are doing trace elements, one thing to keep in mind is to not make sure you don't overdo it too much, or it can have a negative effect as well. So SC Reefer, what I'd feel good at, how often do you dose? What I'd fuel. I don't know if you're talking about fuel, the thing you dose, but on my tank, actually, Brad first, how often do you dose your trace elements?
My trace elements, just once a day.
Once a day? Okay. On my tank, I was dosing daily, and it seemed to be a little bit too much, so I dose every other day now. And if you're talking about fuel, which I believe is Aquavita, I haven't used that one specifically. I believe it's amino acid. There might be other stuff in there, but I haven't actually used that one yet. Yeah, okay, so mostly amino acids, 99% sure. SC, although I can't get it here. Yeah, so I have seen it, I've just never tried it. I might one of these days. Yeah, so it does sound like it is. So I haven't started dosing the nano yet. I've been waiting till I'm in town. I didn't really want to start dosing then go out of town just in case I was dosing too much. I had no way to check it. So I'm going to start doing that now, and then I guess I'll find out in the next week or so how much I actually got to dose little tank. There isn't a ton of SPS in there yet. I did put a bunch of stuff in there. All the millies, everything are very happy so far. Even my zoas are looking great. So it's a good start. Probably due for water change, and I might try that peroxide to kill a bit of algae in there, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Reckless Reefer, you dose fuel twice a week. 2 times a week. That's good. If you have a doser, if you have a doser, I always prefer to dose a smaller amount more often than a bigger amount less often. Just because then you're giving your tank kind of that constant supply of it. I use AquaPower. I think it's similar, but more expensive. Yep, so AquaPower is just amino acids, right? That's another brand. That's Two Little Fishies brand. That's the one I was previously using. I stopped dosing it mainly because I ran out of dosing heads, but when I started doing the Red Sea coral colors, it has some of that stuff in it, so I haven't like double dosed it. But yeah, I used to use the AquaPower, and it worked pretty well. If you buy it in the big bottles, it's not too bad, but it's a bit expensive in the smaller bottles. But yeah, so you set up fuel dose daily, 5 mils in your 120. Excellent. I think I did 2 meals a day when I was previously dosing the Two Little Fishies amino acids in my tank. So I may add her back in there eventually, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, guys, so how's the nano coming along? Overall, nano's awesome. Minus my bit of algae on the rocks, my only complaint. I've been dumping in copious amounts of pods into the tank just to make sure everything's good in there. I actually just dumped in like about a couple hundred mils, 250 mil little beaker of it today. So I've been dumping in pods probably every few days just to make sure. I do have 2 blue streak pipefish in there. Those guys are like strictly mainly pod eaters, so I want to make sure there's tons in there. Aside from that, I also have that little spike fin or the flaming prawn goby. Absolutely love that guy, but he is a wuss and he hides in the shadows under the rocks 90% of the time. So he's very elusive. You don't see him very often, and he's probably the most expensive fish per inch I've ever bought in my life. So I really hope he gets to climb into things and he's actually out more. There's also, what else do I have in there? I have a dwarf goby, which is like super tiny little red and white guy. He's pops out in a bit. He kind of hides on the rock and sits there and looks around most of the time. And what else do I have in there? Other than that, it's just inverts like porcelain crabs and other little creatures. Should I dose my 20-gallon if I do water changes once a week? So Naked Reefer, it depends. I actually did a video a week or so ago on how to know when to dose your reef tank. So the only way you're going to know for sure is by testing. So test your tank, you know, the day after you do your water change, and test it the day before. If your alkalinity is say 8.5 and it drops to like 8.3, it's probably not a big deal. But if you're dropping down to like 7 something or there's a bigger swing, that's when you know you should probably start to look at dosing. So you kind of got to test and see how much of a drop there is. And if it's a tiny drop, you know, don't worry about it. If it's a big drop, then you definitely should be dosing. So that's the only way you're going to know 100% for sure. But if you're mostly like LPS, softies, that type of stuff in your tank, then a weekly water change is probably all you need. And until you have lots of SPS and encrusting corals, I mean, a weekly water change is likely enough. If I do a contest give, will you do the wheel for me? I probably will. Let me know. Shoot me a message on it. If anyone wants to email me or has a question, reefdudes.com/ask. There's a little contact form and it sends me an email in it. So if you guys have a question, you want me to do a video on something or just come say hi, I mean, that's the easiest way to get back to me, then I'll just email you guys back from there. So any questions, reefdudes.com/ask. So definitely check that one out. What are you getting away, Narcosis? Can't hear, so just text me. Okay, let me just put in the chat. So reefdudes.com. All right, there you go. So hit it there. I do love the wheel. It is a lot of fun. It's the whole suspense thing, right? I mean, you can do a contest, get a name, but you got to build the suspense. Like, I like people's hearts pumping in the background. It's more fun when I can get the contestants on live, though. So whoever does it, they better be on live next time because we'll build extra suspense. The wheel is a lot of fun. See? Ryan agrees. Alright, guys. So any other questions or any other things in the comments? Before we shut her down, I do have to head out pretty quick, so it's kind of a last call. Yeah, no problem there, Naked Reefer. Alright, guys. So thanks, everyone, for hopping on today. I apologize for the short stream, but it's been a crazy day, so we will catch up and dig deeper in some topics next week. All right, guys, have a great evening.
See you later, guys.